An AEW star says, "Thank you, bye," in a cryptic post. A title match is added to Survivor Series, and are WWE planning a shock return at said Survivor Series? We'll get into it. It's all in the wrestling news right now. Thank you, bye. It's not as catchy as love you, bye. I'll say that much, but it's certainly words that Andrade AEW had on Instagram. He posted a photo of himself looking back at his mask. Here is Ross demonstrating such a thing now.
Thank you, bye.
I just...
Thank you, bye. For keeping my head warm.
The motions you were doing, you might need one of those. Andrade saying, "I just want to say thank you, bye." And then he repeated it again. And now a lot of people read into this as... Now, obviously, he's teasing the fact that he's potentially out of AEW.
It's not the first time, though, is it, Tom?
I know! He's quite vocal about the fact that he's not massively keen on being there right now and wants to do anything other than that. Now, some have suggested, if you go through all the pictures here, they're all photos of him wearing his black mask, which may be him saying thank you, bye to his mask, suggesting a potential gimmick makeover.
I hope so, because recruitment officer Andrade AEW is not slapping for me, Tom. No. I don't know about you. I just keeps going after Press 10 Vance because he's got muscles and also wears a mask. He's told him no like 3 or 4 times, Tom, but he still keeps going back.
Oh.
It's let me tell you. I don't know what gimmick Andrade could do. I just wish he would go on Twitter and say, "I reckon I would be booked well under Triple H. Hello, Triple H. That's Triple H. Come and get me, please, Father. Save me from this hell." Just do something like that.
Like when you stay at your friend's house and you're not having a nice time because they beat you on Mario Kart 4 times. Can you come get me, Dad? Don't like it here. So, I mean, chances are he's working us dirty wrestling journalists and aggregator alligators, and that's fine.
And the marks.
And the dirty marks who live in our mother's basements. But chances are he's Marie Kondoing his mask by saying thank you as he puts it away, which is something that Tidying Up with Marie Kondo taught me.
No idea what that is. No,
oh, she tidies up. She goes around and helps you tidy up your house, and when you get rid of an item of clothing, you say thank you before throwing it away.
Oh,
you thank the clothing.
I'll just chuck it in a bin bag and take it down to charity shop.
No, you got to say thank you.
Oh,
next time you throw some clothes away, say thank you.
Okay.
Do we think Andre? I think Andre's got about he's 6 feet away from a comeback. But do you think Andrade has any hope of doing anything magnificent in AEW still?
Oh, of course he does. It's just the fact of finding him the thing to do, which is really hard in the midst of a million wrestlers who are all battling for 3 hours of TV time each and every week. It is just a shame to see what they've been doing, though, because the recruitment stuff, it happens numerous times up and down a show with different people trying to recruit different people to their different stables. So Andrade's just got lost in that, and he's got this fixation on Preston Vance. It's weird.
Yeah. I mean, Preston Vance is a handsome man. With, from what I can gather.
But this is about checks and championships, Tom, and what's Preston Vance done in those terms?
I don't know what he's done.
Very little.
But I can tell you what Bobby Lashley's done. He's got the dander up of Seth Rollins and Austin Theory.
Yes.
And last night on Monday Night Raw, we had ourselves a US title match confirmed between those 3 lovely players.
Triple threat. All I've seen from last night's Raw was Seth Rollins' promo where this had this sort of Joker colour scheme in the background. It's like, we're going to go to war. He's like, you can't tame a wild Bobby Lashley. He's scary. So yeah, that's going to go down, I assume. I don't know. I reckon Theory might get a sneaky win there, Just this new, more serious character shift he went through last week in this.
So you think this could potentially be Theory getting his belt back in a very rambunctious way?
Imagine if he pinned Bobby Lashley. He just beat... I'm not even going to continue saying that because it's ridiculous. Imagine if he screwed Bobby Lashley and ran away with the title.
Yeah, I think they'd have to play silly buggers, I think, to put it on Theory if he was going to pin Bobby Lashley.
But then again, what is it? Also at Survivor Series, it's a landmark event because it's 10 years of Rollins, so I can see them also just having him win and going, yay, 10 years.
A decade of distraction from Seth Rollins being celebrated at Survivor Series. But I think that'll be a fun match. I think you've got some very different styles in there, and I think they'll all work beautifully together. Bobby, Theory, Rollins. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
And the storyline's there as well, of course, because Bobby cost Theory cashing in his briefcase on Rollins. They all mesh together.
I like it. So a triple threat being added to the Survivor Series card, and a Black Friday sale is added to cultaholicshop.com.
You've never seen the like before. Do not scratch your eyes. Hats, candles that smell sell like funny things, mesh hats on the back of them. You get posters signed by people that aren't even that famous. There's all sorts going on. Black Friday. It's never been seen before.
T-shirts, Cultaholic buddies, 50% off everything. You don't even... Do you know what? I know, Ross, sometimes we're busy, aren't we? We've got busy lives. We've got so many things to worry about and do on a day. I haven't got time to put a code in when I want to get a discount.
No.
Who's got time for that anymore? Love honey, more like hate honey. What, you don't even need that, because when you go to the cultaholicshop.com and you see those 3 faces of Pachisi in the Cultaholic in the Cultaholic shop, you go, I want them, but I don't want to pay $34.99 for them. Don't worry about it, because you can put them in the cart. They're £17.49, 50% off. 3 faces of Pachisi, less than 20 quid. It's good, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's wonderful.
50% off all things: posters, hats, shirts, memorabilia, and
My
merch.
soul.
Your soul. 50% off. Cultaholicshop.com. Black Friday sale. Oh no.
Discounts applied automatically, just to, say that bit again.
Don't even need to apply anything. It does it for you. Survivor Series also will include the men's War Games match.
Yes, the Bloodline versus the Brawling Brutes and Kevin Owens and Daddy Drew McIntyre. We had the Brawling Brutes taking on the Judgment Day on last night's Raw. That little cockwomble Dom. He tries to run away from Sheamus up the ramp, but who's he confronted by? It's the OC, everybody, who make him go back to the ring. And then later in the night, we go backstage with the OC once again. They're doing an interview. Finn Balor comes in, and then they brawl their way through the backstage area into the car park.
Did you notice that Eric Rowan was on one of the trucks of the car park?
And Undertaker was, and Stephanie McMahon. It's one hell of a Survivor Series team in the making.
Brawling Brutes beating the Judgment Day on the first match on last night's Raw. There's going to be a War Games advantage match on SmackDown to see whose team's going to get the advantage, the Bloodline or Team Drew, Team Brawling Brutes. And then that on Saturday, I can't wait for that match.
Yeah, it's going to be really good.
It's gonna be so good. Also confirmed for Survivor Series War Games, the women's title, Ronda Rousey faces Shotzi. I don't fancy Shotzi's chances.
I've not seen Friday SmackDown yet because I spent the weekend on the piss. But yes, they have a long way to go in building up Shotzi as like a credible challenger for Ronda Rousey after, how she's been used over the last however many months on SmackDown.
Continuing on with the Judgment Day and OC shenanigans, AJ and Finn Balor are going to go one-on-one.
Yes.
Love that a lot. That's going to be a great match, isn't it? Kiss a little kiss. A women's War Games match will also be on the show. Team Belair with one member to be announced, still taking on Team Damage Control. Obviously, there was a lot of conversation about Mia Yim on Raw last night, which we'll talk about in our next video. Rhea Ripley winning the War Games advantage, which means that the baddies get the advantage going in. But who is this TBA, Ross? What's the speculation here?
The speculation comes from Fightful Select, who are saying Fightful Select has learned that as of last week at least, former WWE Women's Champion of WrestleMania main eventer Becky Lynch was expected to be back soon. In addition, Fightful Select was told Lynch was discussed and planned as the 5th member in the Survivor Series War Games match that has been speculated for quite some time. As is often the case in pro wrestling, though, you know what's coming next, don't you, Tom?
Creative can sometimes change. Like plans, they change. So for Sean Ross Staff of Fightful, keen to point out that these are conversations that have happened for a couple of weeks now, but obviously with another member to be announced and already being some history between all the parties involved, Becky Lynch would be quite a good one. But as we say, plans do change, circumstances do change. We're certainly not confirming that, but it's looking quite exciting.
Yeah, it makes sense as well after the organic babyface turn at SummerSlam, and then she went away, didn't she? She's obviously would be teaming with Bianca Belair, and they're now friends forever. Well, maybe not forever. I snorted there like a pig. Did you hear that?
You'll be snorting all the way to the bank when you go to cultaholicshop.com and take full advantage of the 50% off Black Friday sale, which is waiting for you there. What's that? You got this. You know what? I'm going to give you a little tip on this. I feel like this is news and advertising, but mainly advertising.
Yes.
We've all got those family members around Christmas time that we're not massively keen on, right? We have, haven't we? You don't want to admit it. We've all got them. A hell in a smell candle.
Yes, this should be the title of my autobiography: Fish, Octopus, and Misery. That is the scent you can send to a person you're not that fond of, or a person you are fond of, and you want to have a bit of a jiggery pokery joke with them.
Oh, you could do that as well. Surprise your friends, amuse your enemies with the hell in a smell candle. That along with t-shirts and merch, 50% off in the Black Friday sale at cultaholicshop.com.
That's not real jizz, by the way. That's just printed on there. That's a block sock.
We do the real one. one extra. We'll have more wrestling news throughout the day at cultaholic.com. Stay safe and love you. Bye.
Patreon.com/cultaholic for your real jizzy socks. But don't tell anybody, okay?